Germany's center-left Public Democrats, SPD, include elect for coalition talks in Chancellor Angela Merkel's Conservative Party, their ex-coalition partners. Over the monthly, the two groupings coordinated a blueprint for official negotiations. Mrs. Merkel's center-right CDU and its Bavarian CSU friend include been incapable to shape by the government with September's unconvincing poll. The distant right option for Germany, AfD, won 94 seats in parliament. Initially the SPD controlled outsteering in Mrs. Merkel in accusation once again. But lead Martin Schulz modified his reason following CDU/CSU coalition negotiations in the permissive Complementary Democrats, FDP, and Greens ruined downward. Jenny Mound in Berlin. He's equitable to suppose Angela Merkel allowed herself a yearn of ease the night. However, the poker player person was on for the cameras as she gave a short declaration hospitable the Public Democrats' judgment to claim official coalition negotiations. The is her recent lifelike shooting at shaping a by the government and avoiding crisp elections. It is far of a made transactions. Lot Public Democrats accuse Mrs. Merkel for a impoverished poll outcome in September, and down there is yet considerable opposition during the side to else for persons year as her younger coalition affiliate. If and while negotiations make a official treaty, all 440,000 members will be requested, via a mail voting, to claim the transactions. Mrs. Merkel isn't out of the woods fair still. But she is a move nearer to supplying the by the government, the sustainability she pledged. The is Germany's longest always position wartime of coalition building. The SPD has regulated together in the CDU for 8 of the recent 12-year. But following historic impoverished survey results for both of parties in September, Mr. Schulz had vowed to get his side in opposition. The two parties detained preparation negotiations over the monthly to see if they could surmount key politics differences and set a scope for how they would manage. Mrs. Merkel has told she wants to win behind voters who empty her side for the against immigration AfD among tensions above the inflow of refuge repatriates. The SPD stood for a more than outdoor migration politics. Over the monthly, the parties coordinated to range refuge seeker arrivals to on 200,000 every year and may as well cap at 1,000 a monthly the quantity of migrants who will be permitted to accede loved ones residing in Germany. Mrs. Merkel and Mr. Schulz include both of tense the requirement to provide Germany's public unity. Deutsche formal figures show how 280,000 refuge repatriates arriving in 2016, a fall of more than rather than 600,000 on the full for 2015. Arrivals bring down following EU countries and Turkey tight boundary controls. Down there include as well been disagreements above issues such as tax. Deutsche Print informed how the parties had coordinated to fracture downward on tax avoiding in the EU, connection tax loopholes operated by U.S. technology giants and some big corporations. Mrs. Merkel could shape a less than steady minority group by the government in the Greens, in SPD supporting. Yet, she has previous told she would choose a crisp poll to how possibility.